Oh, wait, no longer greatness has arrived. Welcome to episode 271 of The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it is here where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. Of course, this week we'll be talking about our state of play predictions for June. We're going to be talking about who we'd want to play Aloy in the Horizon Netflix show. Yes, there's going to be a Horizon Netflix show, and we're going to be talking about Sony's plans for Bungie after the acquisition and so much more. And so with all that said, with all that out of the way, the greatest co-host, whoever is, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson, how are you, sir?
I gotta get used to that awesome new intro.
Good,
because there's so many actions I usually do, and I was lost for a little bit. Hey, but it was great.
Thank you. So
wow, episode 271. That's wild when you say it out loud.
I know. We've been doing this for a minute. First and foremost, just to let everybody know and aware, we are recording this on Memorial Day. So as of we just started recording, fireworks are going off in the back.
Oh, sweet.
So now I know my dog may be alerted or scared or petrified or making some type of noise. So just be wary of all that. And yeah, this is not a Thursday. This is not usually when the show goes live, because this week we have a special state of play for June. It's going to cover all the third-party stuff, some PSVR 2 overview announcements, all types of stuff. So that's why we decided, hey, let's break this week out into two shows. So you're getting one today, and you'll be getting one probably on Friday as well, covering everything that was revealed at this week's State of Play.
Or watch us live on twitch.tv/PS Trophy Room.
That's right.
Starting at like 5:45 p.m. Eastern. I say like because I'm just throwing that out there, because it starts at 6 p.m. our time on Thursday. Yeah. So come watch us live react to the State of Play, and we'll probably be doing the show live afterwards.
Absolutely we will. Yeah. Absolutely we will. I'm so excited, Kyle, because literally on Friday, we get this State of Play news, right? It's coming. It's here. Then we get an Obi-Wan. And as y'all know how much I love a good Star Wars. Yeah. And then we get just half of Stranger Things Season 4, which is just a magnum opus of a show.
I thought that the over hour each episode would be too much. I am craving more.
I was going to say, surprisingly enough,
they flew by.
Enough.
I wasn't checking my phone at all. I was locked in the entire time. The
funny thing is, like, I was with Amy, and I was just like, so, okay, we'll do one episode. If we feel like we need to do another, we will. But, like, tops 2 a day. We don't want to binge it.
Yeah.
We binge it.
Of course. How can you not?
It was that great. So I'm just coming with all the energy, because, like, all the nerd things that I love are just, I'm getting more of. Like, there's so many awesome Star Wars announcements over the weekend. Oh my God. Like, Sam Witwer yelled Kenobi and everybody just lost it. It's just been such a therapeutic weekend that I think we definitely needed. But Kyle,
did you hear BD1 is back?
Oh, dude, yeah.
I mean,
that trailer rips.
Our oh my God, why can't I think of his last name? Kevin. Yeah. From oh my God, why can't I think of Kevin's last name?
McAllister?
No. You did wrote the Horizon show with him, Kevin.
Oh yeah. Kev. Yeah.
What's his last name though? It's driving me nuts.
I got it.
Thank
right
you.
Here.
He made it very
Kevin
clear.
Diaz. Jesus, my goodness.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm so sorry, man. Brain's blanking. Make it very clear that when you turn on your PlayStation, that splash screen is just like, it's just telling you in 4 different spots, hey, BD1 returns. Cal and BD1 returns.
That's right.
Check out this new trailer where Cal and BD1 returns. It's like, we get it, PlayStation. They're back.
I could watch that trailer 8 times over.
I mean, that trailer was dope.
It was fantastic. But that's
a little bummed it's not this year.
Kyle, I did see a tweet that reminded me, because I'm awful with names. Everybody who knows me knows this. Awful with names, even more terrible with last names. How do you feel, because I saw this tweet and I feel like it is the correct tweet, that anybody with the name Steven needs to figure out, y'all need to get together and figure out, is it with a V or PH. Like
welcome to my world with my last name.
Exactly. Stevenson. Figure it out. You gotta get all the Stevens in the room. PH. I dropped the remote. All right. It's PH. Fair enough. Yeah. Kyle, listen, before we talk about all the PlayStation goodness that happened this week, it's time for a little bit of housekeeping. Like we say each and every week, if you like what we do here, if it gets you through a long car ride, a tough day at home, whatever the case may be, it really does help us out if you head on over to patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. It's the reason why we look so good, we sound so great, is because of your generosity at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. It's the reason why we're not doing For Him's ads, okay? Because that would be a very lousy ad, especially for my bald head. So that said, I want to thank our newest members, the Millennial Falcon Gaming at the Silver Plus tier, and I want to thank Darth Simon the Pie Man at the Silver tier. I want to thank our Platinum producers, Todd Burwitz and Toxic. I want to thank our Gold members, Too Soon, Gavin Gottfried, Jose Jimenez, Jedi Master Ren, Metal Kirby, Awesome Dave, Robbie Bobby Miller himself, and Strubles and Bits. I want to thank our Silver Plus members, Hide Indoors, Nakachaka, Marcus O'Neill, JB the Purple Monkey, Jados Von Metal, Tim Ulf, Justin Rodriguez, Cypher Primus, Captain Logan, Brunton Zachary, K Grim, Rick Arrington, Dewani Rockshaw, The Good Sir, Mr. and Mrs. Nasty Boots, Drellish, Foolish Fuji, which, Fuji, if you listen to this, get better. I saw you got the COVID. We love you. If you need any tips, tricks, I've been there. I'll DM you some home recipes. Rest up. Any day now. Kevin Mitchell, Kevin Diaz, Makes Visya, The Lord Corgi, Elo 2032, Stephen Flesh, Jinx the 24th, Purple Bubble Boy N7, Jesse Garcia, Hambone, and the Aztec King. Thank you all so much for supporting us the way you do. And hey, listen, we get it. It's a global condition that we're all living in. Sometimes I get so many people going, I want to just like throw a buck your way, but I can't right now. The best way to support us is A, keep on listening, keep on downloading the show, but also throw us a 5-star review over an Apple Podcast. It helps us out. It boosts us up in the algorithm. So the reason why we're always in the top 100 video game section is because of your awesome, kind words that keep us going. Same as for Spotify. Our goal, 400 5-star reviews. We're at 316. It's not even, we're barely into June, y'all. All right. And we're about to crack the 400 reviews. So please, please, please head on over, help us out. It really does help the show grow. With that, Kyle, it's time to square up the news.
First bit of news coming up on the show is from the PS blog itself. And that bit of news states, State of Play next Thursday brings new game reveals, sneak peeks, and updates. It's been more than 2 months since our last State of Play. Who's ready for a new one? Tune in live next Thursday, June 2nd, for nearly 30 minutes of announcements and updates from the world of PlayStation. We'll have some exciting reveals from our third-party partners, plus a sneak peek at several games in development for PlayStation VR 2. Watch over at Twitch or on YouTube starting at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, or 12 a.m. CET. See you next week.
Okay. Hear the words that PlayStation just said. Exciting reveals from third-party partners, plus a sneak peek at several games in development for PSVR 2.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. No God of War here.
No.
Please don't expect that here.
No Last of Us here.
No Last of Us here. Okay? So my first point here that I want to tackle is expectations.
Yes.
So I asked the audience, I go, audience, let me know where y'all at. And y'all seem pretty goddamn reasonable. All right, that's because we have a pretty goddamn reasonable audience. Mm-hmm. Captain Logan writes, ooh, you guys doing this show live on Thursday? Absolutely we are. Tune on in. We're here at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Maybe a little earlier, you know? Get everybody in the room. But he says his predictions are Hogwarts Legacy details, Final Fantasy VII Part 2 coming in 2023. Now you're getting a little crazy. And Final Fantasy 16 for 2023. And they're very vague here. Next Capcom title. All right. Okay. Savoy Prime, their predictions. Final Fantasy 16 release date announcement with new gameplay trailer. Little Devil Inside release date announced with new gameplay trailer. Pragmata actual gameplay trailer. And Dragon Age Legendary Edition announced. This is where they get crazy. They know this. I know it won't happen, but let me dream, and I shall. Yuna's right there cheering you on right now.
That one's for Yuna.
Yeah. And Ubisoft teases new Assassin's Creed or Watch Dogs. Okay.
Oh, man. What a show. Okay.
And Toxic says, honestly, just give me Final Fantasy 16. They said it was practically done like a month ago. It's their most anticipated game. Give me something, anything. I need it in my life. So, Kyle.
Joe?
A little expectations. What are your expectations for the show? Where do you think this is going to fall in the realm of state of play? Is this like a high level state of play? Is this a mid tier or a low tier state of play?
I think it's going to be a pretty good state of play. I think it's going to be in between good, closer to great.
Okay.
I realize it's not in between. The reason why I feel like a lot of people are going to be bummed that there's going to be a decent amount of VR stuff. I know VR is not everyone's jam. Unlike us here, we love VR. We're excited about what's coming to VR too. I just feel like I could see them having at least half, or let's say 10 minutes out of the 30 dedicated to VR stuff, a third of the show. I think that's going to bum some people out.
Oh, I think this is 50. I think this is like half of the show.
Yeah, I mean, it very well could be half the show as well. What I'm just saying is I think that's going to bum Twitter a whole lot. It's going to bum a lot of people tuning in, which I don't care.
Right.
But I mean, my expectations are set. I do expect some decent third-party stuff here.
Some slangers as well?
No, it's some bangers. It's going to be a good show.
Okay.
I mean, they've always been good in my eyes, so like, there hasn't been a failure.
I mean,
I know, Mr. Cynical over here.
I'm just trying to be Mr. Realistic. I'm not trying to be, everything's great in PlayStation land. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to give them crap. Because the more I can't give them too much lead on the leash. Sure. Or else they get to do whatever they want.
I mean, you know how I roll. Like, if there's at least one thing that I'm excited about that they show off, I'm going to think it's a good show.
Fair. And I think that's a great, honestly, that's a healthy point of view. Because I feel like everybody listen, real talk, everybody, gather around. Twitter isn't a real place, but it annoys the goddamn hell out of me.
Yes.
Nobody reads the headline. And everybody's like, well, you didn't say God of War wouldn't be here, huh? Yeah. So is it here? And Shuei Yoshida, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And Shuei Yoshida's like, read carefully. I love how he's like, read carefully. This is what's coming. Third-party partner deals that we have. Sneak peek at several games in development for PSVR 2. That's what you can expect. Just because they said God of War isn't here, it doesn't open the door that God of War is going to show up here. They've made it very clear. If God of War was going to be at this event, it would be its own event.
100%. They would advertise it. Hey, check out the new trailer for God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah.
During this state of play.
They don't want anybody to miss this. So they want you to make sure you are well aware. And just think about it. Think about it real hard. How many state of plays who have there been that there is a major, and I'm talking major, first party studio game shown off here, AAA quality, in a state of play with other games? Can't think of one. Not many that come off the list.
I can think of a third party one, but that's about it.
But that's it, right? So if God, just like with Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Tsushima is having a state of play. It's a Ghost of Tsushima state of play. Last of Us has a state of play. It's a Last of Us state of play, right? Horizon had a state of play. It's a Horizon state of play. Ratchet was, I think, the only one that had an indie game at the end to kind of showcase. But that was the only exception to the rule because that was a Ratchet and Clank state of play. So please, I'm saying this just to get your expectations in check. It's not gonna be here, but don't worry, it's coming sooner than you think. And that's the thing to get excited about. Understand that there's not just one event in the year that PlayStation can host some weeks after Xbox has theirs. Okay?
Yeah. And we'll get into it later in the show, but Ragnarok seems to be on track for this year still.
Yeah.
They're going to have to announce a date sometime soon.
Yep. So, again,
they're not going to Nintendo it and be like, only games showing off in the first half of 2022 and then show a game that comes out in November.
Absolutely.
They're not doing that.
My expectations is I think this is going to be a great show because I know what my expectations are. I know I'm going to get one really great game that I think a lot of people are thinking is going to be here. Right. And that's what I'm excited to see out of this event. I am not expecting, I don't know. I'm not expecting the Lord Jesus Christ to come down and go, hey, y'all, guess what? I was real. Like, I don't think we're getting any of that. I think we're going to get a really good event with third-party partners with third-party deals that are happening in this quarter and this holiday, or maybe, early 2023. That's what we're going to see here. That's my expectations.
Don't be surprised that a lot of the third-party stuff are indie titles.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, don't be surprised that they're not all AAA, quadruple A from the big name people.
Right.
I'm just saying, there's probably going to be at least 2 or 3 indie games that are part of this.
I mean, this is a great segue into the first question of the night that comes from Good Sir. And you can send your questions in over at us at PS Trophy Room on Twitter, or you could join the Discord server at the Trophy Room. Link down in the description. I fixed the link. Stop yelling at me. I got it. I fixed it. Right. Got it. Join us. We're an awesome community, and that's really where we get most of the questions. So make sure you join us because that's where we be. All right. Good Sir writes, all right, so I know this is a PlayStation podcast and that PlayStation doesn't have much interest in indies when compared to MS or PC. Check out the latest 6-1 IndieCast for more talk about that. Cheap plug number 1.
Oh, there's one.
Oh, there's multiple. There's multiple here.
Okay.
However, I personally love indies and I think they're the lifeblood of gaming innovation. If any indies do you think we'll see here? Personally, I'm very excited to see more about Stray, maybe release date. Goodbye Volcano High. I'd also like to see some indies spotlighted that we don't know yet. In all honesty, I'll probably have to wait until the Guerrilla Collective and Wholesome Games Showcase to get my indie fix, though. Tune into the 6-1 Indie Twitch channel on June 11th at 11 a.m. EST or /8 a.m. PST for watch-along reactions. Cheap plug number 2.
Oh, good sir. I love you. That's twitch.tv/61indie, by the way.
That's right. That's right.
We'll be live all day. There's like 4 showcases back to back to back to back on that day.
That's unhealthy, but I know you guys exactly. I know you guys are going to cover. You guys are going to do a bang up job. So, Kyle, do you think third party means indies?
Does it exclusively mean indies? No, okay. I do think, like I said, there will be a couple there. Stray is an interesting one.
Yeah,
if I would have put 99% of my confidence in that Stray would be in this one. Okay. It still very well could be. But Annapurna Interactive tweeted out, we might be up to something on June 10th, which is the Netflix Geeked Week. I could totally see Stray having a release date and stuff during that showcase or that show week there.
Yeah.
Unless they showed here first, and then you get more then as well, which is totally viable. But I could very well see it being a part of that Netflix week of announcements.
Fair enough.
Goodbye Volcano High. They had to redo a whole bunch. I don't know if it's.
I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know.
I'd be nervous about that game. I think they sent out a message like a few months ago, going like, "Yeah, we're redoing a whole lot of this." And
I think it was longer than a few months ago.
I think it was almost half a year. So like, I don't have. Honestly, any faith that we're going to see that anytime soon. And honestly, that'll be that great because, that's a huge risk you're doing because then the whole vibe of that game is changing and it may not be what you saw. That being said, I do think Stray is shown here and I do think it gets a release date and I think it is. I know there was, it got rated in, I think, Korea, in South Korea. Not the North one. That would be problematic. In South Korea for like a July release. So I do see Stray being there. It means, I think, a lot more than what I think it does to some of the PlayStation folks out there, because I see a lot of folks actually hyping this game up way more than I thought it kind of deserved. But that's where I think I think we'll see Stray, maybe a little Devil Inside as well for indies. But I do think after that point, like, you'll see maybe one more indie game after that, but we're seeing at that point all AAA stuff. That being said, Kyle, I know we don't necessarily have like what are our top 5 predictions, but I want to just go prediction by prediction. What do you think? What game would you like to see there at the event?
Oh, I mean, let's go big, right? Final Fantasy 16. You can't keep saying it's this year,
Yeah.
and all we hear is it's seemingly done, and it's like there's a trailer ready. It's, I think, if not here, then where and when?
Yeah.
If you're still pushing for this holiday or whatever later this year, unless it's Summer Game Fest, which I don't know.
Yeah. I think, okay, so I think if it's not seen here, it is shown at Summer Game Fest. I think that is 100%. Like, you are not going to leave the month of June without knowing more about Final Fantasy 16. I'm also going to be very bullish here and say something very crazy. I also think it's a lot closer than we think it is. Like, I think that game is way more ready than we lend credence to.
Are you saying like July, August?
That we'll see. Like how close it is, or what? Like, I think tops it comes out May of next year.
Oh,
that's what I'm thinking. Like, give them just one more whole year to kind of iron everything out, because again, they were working on VO. Or they were finishing up VO last year. And VO is something you do towards the end of the game. So to me, I'm thinking this game is far closer than we're really thinking it is. And knowing that from what I'm aware of, and you could probably say that, correct me here, Nakamura is not a part of it. Nomura, sorry. Kind of also lends to the idea that this is probably a smoother development cycle as well, because Nomura likes to get a little bit too crazy. So I think Final Fantasy 16 is a good call, Kyle. I think that is a safe bet. Mm-hmm. Here's another safe bet. PlayStation only has so much more time. So let's just make the most out of it. Let's just, again, another safe bet, another game that's coming out this holiday that people are very excited for, including myself. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is being shown here. What would you think of that, Kyle? Call of Duty not having their own event like they did last year, but actually being a part of the PlayStation State of Play.
I think that's another solid guess. It could also be the same kind of deal that we got with Deathloop. Where they're like, yeah, we got bought up by Xbox, but hey, still on PlayStation kind of thing. And, although I don't think we're going to get like 4 state of plays with a Call of Duty trailer in a row. You know what I mean? Like we did with Deathloop. But I think a new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 stuff, yeah, I definitely could see it. I could see it or see a huge focus on here's what Warzone 2 looks like. You know, or something of that nature.
Okay. Now, there are rumors Call of Duty is going to have some type of VR implementation. Words. What do you think that is? Do you think that's just a cheap little silly mode? Like a firing range type of
I don't know if you ever downloaded and played the Infinite Warfare VR thing.
No, I did not.
That was very cool.
Oh, really?
That was basically like spaceship battles.
Ooh, okay.
But it was a Call of Duty thing. I forgot what it was called, but it was very, very cool. I don't know how they would do that because Modern Warfare 2 doesn't have spaceships.
Nope.
So unless that is their way to show off the haptic feedback in the headset and whatnot.
Oh god, this is a game against Shine the Head, awful. Huh?
Probably.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, no, I don't know how they'll do it. I'm afraid that it's a gimmick, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Every PlayStation product has a gimmick.
Oh sure,
no matter what. Vita touch controls.
Oh god, what a mistake that was. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, okay, so Call of Duty, Final Fantasy shines on my goddamn TV. It's annoying. Dim is not dim enough. All right, that's the only flaw to that controller. So those are two safe bets. I think if they're not there, they're in the Games Fest, right?
Game Fest, yeah.
Let's get a little crazy though. Let's take our pants off and let's just get weird. What is like what is like the let's get hyped, let's get a little crazy reveal that you would want to see there, or game? It doesn't even have to be a reveal.
So it ties into when you asked me earlier, has there ever been like a reveal that's happened on State of Play, a big one? And I instantly think it might have been the second State of Play ever, second or third one, where they did that, the startup screen of the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
And the beep was the menu beep for Final Fantasy VII.
Oh.
So let's get crazy here.
Okay. All right.
And let's see Remake Part 2. I think a little teaser or something, and then you hold 16 for Summer Game Fest or something later.
Oh wow! So you're thinking two Final Fantasy things in one event?
Listen, and then they could at the end of it be like, "Hey, by the way, we also bought Square Enix." Like, just tie it all together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that would be a little nuts.
Wild.
Okay, so here's my next one that it is something that I'm stealing from you, because you said this way back when, and now it's like it's in my head. I can't unsee it. Okay. I want Resident Evil 4 remake to be shown.
There's a reason why I didn't say it.
Yeah, I want it, and the reason why, first off, usually we get an announcement from Resident Evil by now. This wouldn't be the first time we've seen a Resident Evil showcase a State of Play. That they did that with Resident Evil 3 remake. And I think I'm going to say something very controversial. I think 4 really does need a remake more than people let on. Yeah. So fix up some of the dialogue, fix up some of the controls, and some of the oh my god, some of that map just needs to go.
I mean, also it would tie into VR too, right? Well, there is Resident Evil 4 VR as
You're
well.
You're right, on Oculus.
Oh yeah, so that
I don't know if the Oculus have paid for that version though.
Very, very fair. The reason why I didn't say that,
tell me.
In addition to like Pragmata that we also was on the PlayStation Showcase way back when. I feel like I saw a rumor and I tried to find it anyway that Capcom's going to have their own event within the next couple of weeks.
Oh, that would suck.
So like I could see them holding all that for themselves, and there we'll get like Resident Evil Village DLC, Pragmata, RE4 remake, the Reverse stuff, Street Fighter 6 or whatever it is.
Oh,
like
boy.
I think Capcom's going to do their own thing from the rumors that I saw. But if they don't, I think one Capcom thing will be here.
That's a good point.
Maybe that's Street Fighter. I don't know.
Honest to goodness, that's a great point, because if there is one publisher we have no idea what like they're doing, it is Capcom. Like, yeah. And you would expect there's a lot of like, there's a lot of things in the fire there. Like you got like
Monster Hunter. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Like Monster Hunter World set the world on fire. And people are thirsty for another one. You have Street Fighter 6. You do have Resident Evil. Those are games that I think could warrant, a deeper show. Like those 3 games could be like 10-minute like pieces in one little showcase.
Not my thing, but I know a lot of people would love a Dragon's Dogma sequel.
Sure.
That could also be at a Capcom event.
I know like, 7 of you guys are really excited about Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah, Capcom has a lot of things.
Yeah.
And here's just another article I just pulled because I wanted to find the actual rumor. This is Gamatsu, written on my birthday, May 11th.
Ooh-wee.
Capcom to release multiple major new titles by March 31st of next year, 2023.
Okay.
There's multiple major new titles. What are they? Where are they? You know, like they have to show them off unless they're counting the Monster Hunter Switch game, the Sunbreak, the whatever it is, Reverse, and
we could back off. I think Reverse has been safely canceled. That was a multiplayer game, right?
Yeah,
it was like weirdly cell shaded. Yeah, no, I don't.
And then what was that game that we were so excited for? That's not Dino Crisis, but is Dino Crisis.
Oh,
oh my God.
Exoprimal. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I don't care. You guys can yell at me. Fight me, cowards. I don't know. I saw like Jeff Keighley, I think it was Jeff Keighley going, a lot of people are not doing, like, there's going to be less showcases. So I do think Capcom's like, listen, Jeff, we're a Japanese company. I think you're going to be able to translate this to an English audience better than us. Here's a few things. Because I remember last time Capcom tried to do one of those types of shows, it just fell flat on its face. So I do think we're going to see some stuff out of Capcom here. And if Street Fighter is still going to be an exclusive, I think we see it here. And if it won't be, I think that's when we see Resident Evil 4 here.
Fair.
What's another game that you're thinking we might see, or something you would like to see? Your pie in the sky.
I mean, we joked about it, I think, last week.
Yeah.
Half-Life Alyx, VR2.
Yeah.
Why? If you're not going to end the show with a remake part 2, a Final Fantasy 16, a Resident Evil 4 remake, you end it with something huge. Half-Life Alyx coming to PlayStation VR 2.
Yeah.
Because as I think you mentioned last week, Valve doesn't really care for exclusivity stuff. I mean, they do kind of hold things on Steam.
Yeah.
But it's not like they're being so protective, right? It's just like they don't want to port it out because they don't feel like putting the money into it. You know what I mean?
They don't view the console market as like their competition.
No.
So like they'll throw it on. You're not going to see their games on like Epic Game Store, but you'll see them on like the PSN and XBL, whatever they call it there. So
but
like,
if Sony were to come around and pay Valve to put Alyx on VR2,
I think they'd be super. They'd be super open to it. They're a really unique company in that regard of how open they are to things. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think Half-Life Alyx, and I think Valve really does at the bottom of their heart want VR to succeed, so they will port that game over. Let
me be extremely clear.
Yeah,
this is like hype, just being crazy with it.
Oh, I think it's happening.
100%. I'm not that confident.
I'm confident.
It'd be cool.
All right, here's my last one. Okay. Silent Hill 2 remake. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. We all know it's real. We all know it's real. Mm-hmm. We're all kind of not thrilled about, any of it.
Yeah.
So just rip the Band-Aid off. Give us this remake by Bloober Team, and let's just have it out known, because I'm sick of all the blue box stuff. I'm sick of all the is it not Silent Hill? Is this Kojima? Just rip it off. If I have to talk about it one last time on a speculation town, I'm gonna lose my goddamn marbles.
Oh my God! What if blue box is just another like a hidden thing for Blue Bird?
God damn it! No.
Box blue.
Yep.
It could happen.
You're on week 2 of Twitter speculation. They have gone full
I'm Charlie
bonkers.
with the postcards and the yarn in the back.
You should see what Twitter has thought of. They think he's a robot. Like, it's all types of craziness. God, Hassan, what are you doing? All right. So that's our predictions for the show. I think you're seeing a Final Fantasy. I think you're seeing a Call of Duty. I think you're seeing a Half-Life Alyx.
Can I throw one last
please
crazy thing that will happen at the end of the show?
Yeah.
Something that PlayStation has not done yet.
Please.
At the end of the show, they'll be like, and we'll see you in a month or two with the next PlayStation showcase.
Yeah.
I think they put a name, they mention it, they put a time frame on it of when we will see a God of War Ragnarok, all the PlayStation Studios stuff.
Yeah, I think they'll say something like, "We'll see you in a few weeks."
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Yep.
All right, but we talked about all the quote unquote normal games. PSVR 2, though, we're both super excited about this, and I want, and we've been talked blue in the face about it. I want to know your final prediction. Are they going to give us a window? Are we going to get, hey, it's out in February, or are we getting, is this out in the holiday season? Because apparently they are working on manufacturing these, and their target goal is 1.5 million units out.
I don't know. I think it will be telling.
Okay.
If these trailers have some sort of thing in them that will timestamp a date.
Fair enough.
If these trailers say, say 2023, then the headset's probably next year.
Yeah.
If they say 2022, then obviously the headset will be this year. But they very well could just not even show a date or anything with it.
All right. Well, my favorite character from Spider-Man 3 writes in Hobgoblin. I love it. With the PS Plus having a rebrand recently, do you feel State of Play and their formats need changing in any way? Are you content with the random drops of them, or would you prefer something reimagined, i.e. like every 2 months? What would you change, if anything? Again,
words regimented, by the way, Joe.
Regimented, what did I say?
Yeah. Reimagining.
I'm dumb and dyslexic.
No, you're not. You're just for the
dyslexic.
Listeners at home.
Just the latter.
It makes more sense. Reimagine.
Yeah. So Kyle, quickly here. Do you think this PlayStation, State of Play needs a rebrand?
Nah.
No.
I think we are actually getting them every 2 months.
Yeah,
without them saying every 2 months. It just randomly on the weeks that we get them.
Yeah, I think when it comes to State of Play, it's like this is a once a quarter event for marketing deals. Again, for marketing deals. So I think what Hobgoblin's stating at here is like, I want an indie event. I want like a State of Indies at PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because like there was a question earlier, like from the good sirs, like PlayStation's abandoned indies, and that's not necessarily true, but it's the feeling because
it feels like it. Yeah.
If they're not up front and center anymore, so if there's little events like an indie world for PlayStation to just show people, no, we mean business here at PlayStation when it comes to indies, that'd be great, and it'd help kind of with the State of Play brand as well, so that you can kind of now see what you can get out of here. That you'll have your indie event, you'll have your State of Play, that your medium event, and then you have your showcase or future game showcase. That is the huge PlayStation event. But Kyle, I'm going to say this: you're going to see another one very soon. It will not be 2 months. I do think if God of War is coming out this year, you're seeing one in July.
Oh, now look who's changing their tune.
I'm just saying. I honest to God say this. Sean Capri of the Xbox Drive, you should start getting very nervous about your fantasy critic league. And I'm not even here joking. I'm just saying, Sean, you should start to be feeling a little concerned about how much, that you have in your fantasy league. That said, Kyle, enough of that. Again, you'll see our live reactions over at twitch.tv/PS Trophy Room. Join along with us. We'll record the show afterwards. We're going to have a whole bunch of fun there. All that good stuff. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And you can listen to it afterwards. Once the show's done, we'll put it out on podcast feeds. I think I'm going to experiment with putting out the show at 1 o'clock in the morning on Friday.
Whoa. Okay.
We'll get a little weird with it. We're going to get a little weird.
All right.
That said, Kyle, we got some more exciting news, so take it away, good sir.
Not the good sir. Good sir wrote in a question.
No, I mean, like I called you good sir, but like the good sir is like,
I mean, I'm flattered.
I mean, you should be. The good sir is a very good sir.
Absolutely. The goodest of sirs. Rebecca Smith over at PS Lifestyle writes, God of War, Horizon, and Gran Turismo TV series coming to Netflix and Amazon. While most of our eyes were on Sony's gaming segment of their business briefing for investors, it turns out the Sony Pictures Entertainment segment wasn't to be ignored either. It was here Sony confirmed the much-rumored God of War TV series that will be heading to Amazon Prime, as well as a series based on Guerrilla Games' Horizon franchise for Netflix. There's also a Gran Turismo series in the works. Sony revealed very little about God of War, Horizon, or Gran Turismo during the audio commentary that accompanied the Sony's Pictures Entertainment presentation. No plot details, production staff, actors, or release windows were confirmed for any of the three. As reported by Benji Sales on Twitter, we do know Horizon will be coming to Netflix while God of War is heading for Amazon Prime. Gran Turismo did not have a specified network.
Ooh, this is new, Kyle. This is some news where I literally thought once we recorded it was out in the wild, and I was like, "Oh shit, should we record like a quick little show?" Because like I thought this was huge news. I don't know. What do you think? You think this is huge?
It's definitely big. The God of War thing, I feel, was like one of the least kept secrets.
Yeah.
Horizon to Netflix is very, very cool.
Yeah.
Have no idea what Gran Turismo show will be.
Well,
I've got some thoughts, but I don't know. I don't know if it's our jam.
I mean, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised with me. Let me tell you. Sure. But Green Gorilla writes in, so, as someone who has not played Horizon Zero Dawn or God of War, Green Gorilla Gamer, what are we doing here?
What are we doing?
Well, one of those games you won't have to worry about it for a little bit. But and has avoided spoilers for both and many more. Oh my goodness.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Nobody be mean and nobody spoil it for this young man.
No.
I find it difficult to pick casting for either, but going off of someone I really want, if it's Aloy, is Sadie Sink. I feel like she is really looks the part, and yes, she's a bit on the young side, but Uncharted did it with Tom Holland, and even though it would be a much better with Nathan Fillion, Sadie would be awesome. As for Kratos, Christopher Judge, and I could say that for sure because we all know him for God of War, but I knew him from Stargate SG-1, and he's an amazing actor. I haven't played the game, but every time I look at Kratos, I can hear his voice, not him. I mean, a plethora of actors out there would be able to suit the role, and we would spend so much time thinking about it when someone knows no matter who gets picked, we're going to love it because they're good at their jobs. God bless. That was me putting that in there. We can't see anyone else play RDJ as Iron Man. Before I was thinking Tom Cruise, but both would have worked. But now we only know Iron Man as Robert Downey Jr. I mean, yes. Yeah, like, I remember that. Yeah, RDJ was in the running, but it was supposed to be Tom Cruise was going to be Iron Man. And so now we see RDJ is Iron Man, man. Like, even the comics, the cartoons, they take his likeness and his personality. He's redefined the role. So Sadie Sink, for those of you who don't know, plays Max on Stranger Things. Yep. And she is phenomenal.
Fantastic. Oh, so good.
And when Green Gorilla, when you said that, I was like, well,
I didn't read his question beforehand, and she was on my list of casting people.
Okay. Yeah. So Kyle, real talk, because we've done the God of War casting. Obviously, that's going to be Danny DeVito.
And I'm with Green Gorilla.
Kratos.
No, Danny DeVito's not going to be Kratos.
Yeah.
Christopher Judge. Just give it to Christopher Judge.
I just want to hear him burp and do really weird shit.
I want to see him in that makeup more than anything.
Exactly. Danny DeVito is
the axe bigger than him. It's like a staff, not an axe.
And I just think of him in a caveman suit. Not even Kratos, caveman. He is so dedicated to the role. He will do literally anything. Sure. He will pop out nude of a couch for a good laugh. He can pull off Kratos. Change my mind, internet. That said, Kyle, I want to.
Oh my God, I'm sorry if the mic caught that at all. No. You almost killed me.
I got four people that I think could play the role as Aloy, and I want to know yours though. Who is your number one cast pick for Aloy?
Well, it was Sadie.
Oh, really? It was?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking the one you tweeted out because I want to give you the credit
Sure.
for it because you thought of it first. But
Goddamn right.
she 100% would be number one, but we'll get to it eventually. Let's get the elephant out of the room. I think the easiest choice, if you're just going for the person that looks the most like Aloy, Rose Leslie.
She plays, nothing Jon Snow.
Yeah, right? It was Ygritte, I think, Game of Thrones.
Ygritte, there you go.
I mean, she has action scenes in that with a bow. She knows she can. We know she can handle it.
Right.
She's got the acting chops. She looks extremely close to Aloy already. I feel like that would be a great fit just right off the bat.
I think that would have been a great choice like 8 years ago, though.
Sure.
Because I think she has, not to say like, oh, you're old, so you can't play. Obviously she can, but I do want a young person in the role because Aloy is, I think, 18 in the
fair.
In the show, Jesus, okay. In the game.
I mean, we see her from a kid.
Yeah. And then she's a young adult, so I want a young adult to fill that role. The reason why is I want them to grow as Aloy. Like I feel like Ygritte over there is great, but like as a seasoned Aloy that's already been through it all, like that, she's the Tobey Maguire. I am looking for a Tom Holland in this role, a younger person to kind of match the description, really. So I honestly think like Sadie is actually a great pick, and she's a fantastic actress.
Yeah,
just fantastic. For me, and I posted this on Twitter, Erin Kellyman.
Yes.
She was in the, oh my God, she was
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
But I know her as Enfys Nest in Solo, and she's fantastic there. She could do a flip and a kick. I think she could absolutely own the role as Aloy, and for her, it's not like to me, everybody's looking at like the physical appearance. Like she needs to look one for one as Aloy. And I'm not opposed to creators taking a little bit of liberties here or there.
Yeah.
Because I know like Erin has way more curly hair than like Aloy and stuff like that. So like to me, and I believe, like Aloy is like, a ginger redhead gal. And I believe Erin Kellyman is half African American, half white. So like don't mind them taking some liberties in her appearance just to make her feel like her own version of Aloy. So to me, I feel like that makes sense. And I think she looks the role extremely well.
I mean, we're already getting Pedro Pascal as Joel.
Hell yeah, we are.
So like
yes, we are.
I have zero issue with them, putting whoever in the role as long as they act it out the way and they feel like the Aloy we know from the games. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Kyle, who's your next choice?
Oh man, I got
two more.
I got four.
Okay.
I'll do an honorable mention because I've never seen her work, but similar to Christopher Judge, Hannah Hoekstra is the Aloy face model. She is an actress herself. Apparently very good. From I think she's Dutch, if I did my research correctly. But yeah, like when you look at her face, that's Aloy, obviously, because they modeled it after her. But I feel like if I realize I just said I don't care if they look different from the in-game character, but it would be very easy and not as jarring, I guess, quote unquote. To see the actual face model who happens to be an actress acting out this role.
You know who's a fantastic actress that absolutely killed her role that I would love to see as Aloy?
Who?
Have you seen the movie It? Like the remake?
Don't take one of my picks.
Oh, was that one of your picks?
Yeah, it's one of them.
Okay, I'll pick a different Sophie. This is my last cast as Aloy. Sophie Thatcher, she plays young Natalie in Yellow Jackets, is a fantastic actress. She absolutely killed the role in Yellow Jackets. I don't know if you ever seen the show, Kyle.
I've never, no.
Oh my God. It is about a 1996, I think they're cheerleaders. No, soccer team that they have a plane crash in the middle of nowhere, and they survived, but they had experiences in the woods. It's very horror, spiritual, like satanic, even a little bit of hint of cannibalism. It's a serious show. Oh yeah, cool. It goes places. Right. So that show is fantastic. It's on Hulu. Y'all should watch it. And Sophie Thatcher is fantastic. So that would be my last fan pick, and I think she's also in her early 20s, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying. Because what I really wanted to do with this cast is make sure that like they're in their 20s, not like anyone in their 30s or 40s. Like I really want this person to have that again, like teenager vibe, because Aloy is kind of like a kid. She's doing all types of flips and shit.
So you mentioned it. Sophia Lillis, who played young Beverly from It Chapter 1.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she would absolutely crush it.
Oh yeah,
as Aloy as well.
And she's one, I think, out of all of them, looks the part the most.
Yeah.
And also is I think she's only like 21. So I think that makes the most sense, because it's going to match her. Again, I think her appearance the most, and she's just a phenomenal actress as well. Like, each of these ladies killed their
She's exactly 20 years old.
Yeah. So I think these ladies have killed their role. They're fantastic actresses. So we don't have to worry about, like, can they fulfill it? It's like, no, they definitely can. So, yeah, I think we're on to something here.
2 more for you.
Okay, go for it. Real quick.
Maya Hawke.
Okay.
Sticking with Stranger Things. She plays Robin.
Oh, yes. I'm in love with her. Yes.
Maya Hawke, I think. I did not realize that she's the daughter of Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman.
Yeah.
I loved her in Stranger Things. A little bit more sarcastic, I think, than Aloy. Sure. But I still think she could do it. She can.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, parents alone, those genetics, she is always going to be talented. Yeah.
And the last one, just because I absolutely just love her and I want to see her in more things. Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen Ready or Not?
Ready or Not? No.
Have you ever seen The Babysitter?
No, never seen that
on Netflix. Samara Weaving, I think, would be fantastic. She is a badass actress. Ready or Not is one of my favorites of the last few years. The Babysitter is like a very campy horror-esque where she's
okay.
Like she runs a satanic cult and she's trying to bring back the devil. She's really, really good at what she does. Yeah. And I think she would be an excellent Aloy as well.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. But she was in the Snake Eyes movie, so we need to be aware of that.
I never saw it, so.
I mean, it's a G.I. Joe movie, you know?
Sure, but like, there have been good actors in bad movies. That's not their fault.
It's you should know. It's like Snake Eyes, the movie, a G.I. Joe film. Maybe I should pass. But
yeah, okay, with the paycheck with millions of dollars.
Yes.
I'm sure it helps that cause.
A little bit, I guess. Okay, but the last thing we kind of found out here, because I think, you know, God of War we've done the fan casting again, Danny DeVito, obvious choice.
And Soljan, the kid as well, just keep him in there.
Yeah. But when it comes to Horizon, that was brand new. That's Netflix. It seems like also like PlayStation's just exploring the whole board. Yeah. Of Peacock, Netflix, you know, like it's everywhere. Amazon Prime, it's everywhere.
Gran Turismo coming to Discovery Plus.
That's a weird one. So Gran Turismo is going to be a movie by Neil Blomkamp, who the District 9 director.
I didn't know it was a movie from Neil Blomkamp.
Yeah, which is strange because you would think District 9. So like, let's go with like give him a Killzone movie because that would kind of fit what he does.
That would make too much sense.
Yeah, he could even make it an Elysium, sequel or whatever. But Gran Turismo, what do you think this movie's gonna be? Do you think this is Ford versus Ferrari, or do you think this is them trying to do a Need for Speed movie with Aaron Paul? Oh boy.
I think it's going to be more of a dramatic thing.
Yeah.
Because when I think Gran Turismo, I don't think arcade racer.
No.
I don't think high octane racing in the streets, stunts. I think of hardcore car culture, know everything about the cars.
Yeah, God bless.
Trying to get the best lap times kind of thing. So I think of Ford versus Ferrari would be cool. That kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or oh god, what was the name of that movie? Was it Days of Thunder?
Days of Thunder.
It's an old one.
Oh,
I think
okay.
with Tom Cruise, maybe.
Oh, okay. All right.
Something of a more dramatic.
Talladega Nights.
No, I said that jokingly before we recorded. Shake and bake.
Shake and bake, baby.
I don't know what to do with my hands. Car felt real good.
Do not snort this. This is not cocaine. This is
I'm
Lucky
gonna come
Charms.
at you like a spider monkey. God, what a good movie.
Yeah.
I think more of a dramatic, serious racing thing.
And if there's any one of them that could actually take off, I'm not even kidding you. I think Gran Turismo has the most breathing room to be something bigger. Because there's not much to Gran Turismo. It's just make a racing movie.
Yeah, it's the least video game thing that could possibly be made into a entertainment medium that's not playing a game that has wide appeal.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so that's our predictions. That's who we'd like to play Aloy. Gran Turismo, Lightning McQueen's going to be starring in it. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Oh, wow. Oh, we're going fast. Oh, Kyle, how about
Larry the Cable Guy is also coming back as Tow Mater.
God.
Which,
yeah.
Have we spoken? I think we spoke about this on a post show. But when you really think about cars, how disturbing is that world?
Incredibly. I was about to say the same thing. Incredibly.
Mater is a tow truck who owns a oh my god, why can't I think? A junkyard.
Repair shop. Yeah,
a junkyard. What does he have to junk and tow? Dead cars?
Yeah.
Living cars that are dead?
We're talking mass graves.
He's an undertaker, pretty much.
Yeah.
He just is piling dead car bodies up.
It's nuts.
Wild.
It's wild.
Absolutely wild.
Kyle, let's talk about something that may be not dead to PlayStation players, and that's Bethesda.
Whoa, that's a dirty word around here.
I know.
Jordan Midler over at VGC writes, Bethesda's Indiana Jones game may not be Xbox exclusive. It's been claimed. Bethesda's upcoming Indiana Jones game, currently in development at Wolfenstein Studio Machine Games, may not be an Xbox exclusive, it's been claimed. Speaking on Xbox 2 podcast, Windows Central's Jez Corden says that he'd heard around a year ago that the game wouldn't be exclusive to Xbox, despite being developed by the now Microsoft-owned Machine Games. While discussing the game, Corden's co-host Randall Thor says, quote, "We don't know if it's exclusive," to which Corden replies, "It isn't." He goes on, quote, "The only information I've had on Indiana Jones is that it wasn't exclusive, but that was a long time ago. Maybe something has changed. Machine Games' Indiana Jones, which was announced early last year, is being worked on in collaboration with the newly reformed Lucasfilm Games. Executive produced by Elder Scrolls and Fallout director Todd Howard, the Indiana Jones game will tell a wholly original standalone tale set at the height of the career of the famed adventurer," Bethesda said.
Okay, so this is hilarious to me because I've been a part of very heated and passionate conversations prior to the Bethesda deal going, I don't know, guys. I don't think this is exclusive. I think you guys want it to be, but I don't think you're taking into account that this deal between Bethesda and Lucasfilm happened before the acquisition of Bethesda. So understand that there's a deal in place that Disney wants that money. It's kind of what we talked about, last week about, Xbox wanting to own their IP because then they could put it on Game Pass. If, for example, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, right? The new, Fallen Order game that's coming out. That's not going to be in Game Pass at launch. It'll be in Game Pass eventually, but that is a first party, that is a Disney property. I was going to say Nintendo, Jesus. That Disney knows they can make a ton of wampum off of. Same with EA. So, again, when it comes to these huge titles that are at play here, we're not going to see them day one on Game Pass, like Indiana Jones. And though I don't know for certain, I have no inside source, I'm saying this with confidence and gusto that I'm lost and confused. I would not be shocked or surprised that this thing still lands on PlayStation. What say you, Kyle?
I would be a little shocked.
Oh, yeah?
Because unless they're like the Disney part that you're talking about, that totally makes sense as to why they wanted to come everywhere. But part of me is also like, Starfield was also being developed for PlayStation consoles, and they shut that thing down.
Yeah.
So why not also shut this down as well? Like, I feel like the Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo were the last two that were coming as, like, you know, honoring those exclusivity rights,
right,
as they said, to their partners. I feel like Indiana Jones, they would have done the same thing that they did with Starfield, and just be like, it is now only going to be an Xbox kind of thing, as a way to combat an IP similar to, maybe not as big as Spider-Man, only on PlayStation.
Right.
Want to play Indiana Jones? Only on Xbox. I feel like that makes too much sense. I've said that a lot, but every time I've said it when it comes to these Xbox exclusivity things, it gets more confusing and I don't understand it.
Yeah. No, listen, I'm not going to be disappointed either way. Either way, I'm going to play this game. It doesn't matter if it's on an Xbox or a PlayStation.
I love machine games. I just want to play their stuff.
Yeah. And I just love their angle, which is like, we just want to beat up Nazis.
Yeah.
We want to make games that beat up fascists. It's like great, you know? I just hope there's a Marjorie Taylor Greene DLC. Anyway, here's the thing. That was a little jab. It's fun. We're having fun here. Peach tree dishes. All right. Kyle, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be upset again either way. I do think when it comes to those deals, like the Ghostwire and Deathloop, there are deals that are in place that we are not privy to, like with Activision Blizzard, right? There are some games that have been announced for PlayStation. They're going to honor it. I think the only leeway that they get here is that they didn't specify from the get where this was going to, be on.
That is totally fair. Yep. It only showed up on the Xbox stage, if I remember.
Yeah. So if Xbox is willing to fit the bill, and put it on the Game Pass for Disney, I think that's how they get it onto Game Pass. But I kind of don't think they can get away with this not being multi-platform, just strictly because of probably the deal they have in place. But who knows? Maybe Xbox pays them all the money in the world. But it is what it is. Either way, again, I'm going to be playing this game. I don't care what controller I love a good Indiana Jones. I love a good Nazi hunting. It's always my jam. So
good little whip.
Whip. Wow. Real talk, I've been playing Uncharted 3.
Say that one more time?
I've been playing Uncharted 3.
Oh, okay. I heard Milton Merle on Uncharted 3.
Milton Merle on Uncharted 3.
I don't even know who Milton Merle is.
Yeah, the game still tracks, y'all. We like to talk a little crap about Uncharted 3. It's good. It's very good. You know?
What crap? I'm glad I blocked that out.
Yeah, I always feel like we avoid 3 for some reason.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, it's a goddamn shame because it's really playing it on PlayStation. No, wait, no, I'm playing the remaster. Yeah, it's fantastic. That said, Kyle, let's talk about PlayStation with these live services with the Bungies.
Let's do it. TechCrunch writer Taylor Hatmaker writes, after buying Bungie, Sony goes all in on live service games. After buying Bungie earlier this year, Sony is moving fast to integrate the company's expertise into its broader vision. In an investor presentation Thursday, Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO Jim Ryan outlined a near future for the company that focuses heavily on continually updated online games inspired by Destiny, Bungie's long-running hit. Sony expects to spend 49% of its PlayStation Studios development budget on live service games by the end of the year. By 2025, Sony plans to bump that to 55%, up from just 12% in 2019. By the end of 2025, Sony projects that it will have 12 different live service games of its own, up from just one now. And in an update from Sammy Barker over at Push Square, Sony and Bungie will create a live service center of excellence once acquisition closes. One of the things lost in Sony's investor relations report last week and brought back to our attention by Reset Era is the company's integration plan for acquisition target Bungie. While the deal is yet to close, the platform holder expects the ink to be dry by the end of the year, and it's already forming an integration plan for the Destiny developer. Now, as you know, the Japanese giant wants to use the studio's expertise to help with its live service game push, of which it intends to operate 12 concurrently by 2025. Currently, it's working independently on these games within its PlayStation Studios infrastructure, but it tends to integrate all of Bungie's knowledge across all of its operations after around 1 year. The goal is to establish a new internal department named SIE Live Service Center of Excellence, which it can leverage for all of its live service titles to ensure best practices are being observed. It's worth remembering that Bungie will retain its independence, so will continue to release its own game across all platforms, but it'll have an active role in shaping the philosophy behind Sony's live service projects as well. Interestingly, the platform holder wants to be learning from Bungie within 3 months of the deal closing, so it's clear here that it massively values the design principles that have helped shape and grow the Destiny games. Eventually, the SIE Live Service Center of Excellence will be tasked with reviewing important aspects like monetization in both released and upcoming titles.
All right, let's get this one out of the way right here. SIE Live Service Center of Excellence.
Or the SIELSCE.
What a ridiculous name.
Awful.
Awful. Let's workshop that one again. SIE.
Let's call it the Live Service Department. I don't know why it's gotta be the Center of Excellence.
Center of Excellence. That is some like
Justice League Hall of Heroes bullshit, right?
Yeah. What? Oh God. What's the place that Loki works at?
I feel like I'm gonna
in Loki. He's one of those. It's like
TVA.
Yeah, he's like the TVA. You know,
yeah,
but even less
I imagine you walk into the Center of Excellence and you have a Destiny Warlock on one side, you have a baseball player on one side for MLB The Show, you have a clicker for Factions 2, if that's part of the deal. Just giant statues. Here's our live service games. Bask in all its glory and excellence.
Look at it. Look at all these billions we're making here. Kyle, this sucks.
That's going around telling you what all the statues are and what they mean.
Oh, dude, if he's floating around, that is the Center of Excellence. Like, it's a real robot. Kyle, I've heard from the internet this sucks. This is awful. This is the end of gaming, and if gaming's going down this road, Kyle, I don't know. I'm just gonna lose it. You know.
Is this just because of just live service in general, or Bungie being
Kyle? Back in the 90s. Clinton was president. We only had to worry about like that one incident, I think. And like, it's like, you know, I played Mario 64 and it was the whole game. And now, Kyle, now there's, I can't even, you know, all these games.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, you made some great points.
I'm paying up the wazoo, you know, you know, there's just, it's things, Kyle. The 90s was such a simpler time. Would I have to worry the fall of the Soviet Union?
Yeah, no.
That's it.
Just cardboard circles that we flip and collect.
Blockbuster. Times were simpler. They were better because games were complete. Not like what they are now, which is incomplete and sold separately. And I feel everybody's kind of overreacting.
100%. If that's, I haven't seen any of that, but if that's the case, yeah, they are.
Kyle, it's incoherent.
No one's saying to spend your money.
Yeah.
No one's like, in order to play this game, you have to buy all this extra stuff. No, not the case.
No.
A lot of people use DLC like I do with the show, paid stuff. I use that as a way of showing appreciation for the game and how much I love it, that I'm willing to spend more money on it.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to get enjoyment out of it. Me doing that is not hurting your enjoyment out of it. Right. It's not a pay to win scenario. If this stuff becomes a pay to win stuff, then that's bad, and we don't want that.
Yeah. And that's exactly what, like, my I feel like, oh God, how can I say this? I feel like everybody thinks PlayStation is just going to try to make a Call of Duty or a Fortnite. Right. And undoubtedly they're going to try. There's going to be multiplayer games that they make.
I mean, why wouldn't they try?
Why wouldn't they take a stab at it? But I don't think again, and this is just going off of my feeling, but I don't feel like that's the case. Like, Assassin's Creed is a live service game.
Yep.
Not in the way we think of it, right? But you could go buy armor, you could go buy level ups, you could go buy things that make you level up faster, you could buy full out DLC. And the biggest complaint, cosmetics and stuff. And the always big complaint out of those games is there's too much to do, right? You know, Far Cry, same thing. There's too much to do here. There's too much filler, this, that, and the other thing. So, like, content is the problem with these games, but at the same exact time, these games are cash money makers for Ubisoft. Like, Assassin's Creed prints billions of dollars for them in microtransactions alone. Now, I'm not saying, like, oh, just drink your porridge or whatever. It's, like, fine. This does alarm me, right? Like, you know, Ghost of Tsushima, for example, I love it. Like, there's like this when you open up a PlayStation game, it is this thing of like, I know what I'm getting here is going to be quality, and I know what I'm going to get here is the complete thing. And I do understand people saying, well, now they're going to be taking some things away, and I think that's a fair assessment, because I do think that's going to be the case, and that, I think it could be a bummer. But I think the way that PlayStation is approaching it gives me faith that they are taking this seriously, because they know their reputation is on the line. And even when they get it wrong with like Gran Turismo, they fix it ASAP. Like, they went from everybody hates this thing to everybody is now okay with this thing in a matter of a few weeks. So I think, I don't think many people are giving PlayStation the benefit of the doubt, where I'm willing to give it to them because they've given me so much quality throughout the years. So if they approach the live service quote unquote method, you know, with, you know, their own Rocket League, which would be Twisted Metal, their own, you know, I don't know, Call of Duty, that will be, you know, Killzone or SOCOM, then that's fine. And if you have like a factions in there, that's cool too. But like, I don't think that this is the biggest worry in the world, because we're seeing all these studios within PlayStation get equipped to tackle this. So I don't think this is the end of the world scenario. This is, again, not a complete everybody's overreacting, because I do think this is a bummer to some extent. Your games are going to change, and we hate change. But I do caution people saying, all right, let's see it when it's here. And if you don't like it, don't buy it. Like, if I don't like it, I won't buy it. You know what I mean? So I would say just approach it with a little bit of nuance and a little bit of, just a little bit of nuance, people. I don't think this is the end of the world.
Yeah, no, it's not. And to go back a little bit, I highly doubt that game devs out there are putting things in their game, right? And then after it's all done, be like, oh, you know what? We can charge $5 for that gun. Let's take it out. No, I think after that section is all done and they come up with other ideas or things they don't have time to get to, that is what ends up as DLC.
It's a whole lot of tweaking that's going to have to be made along the way. And we've seen it with live service games that there's a lot on the line. Like, again, Halo Infinite is a great example of like them getting microtransactions completely wrong and them going back to the board multiple times to make sure the audience was okay with it. That's what you're gonna get here. But I hate this foolish fucking notion. I'm sorry I cussed. I didn't get the bleep out. That games are always better up until this point. It's like, guys, games in the 90s are not like games they were today. Doesn't mean they're not great, like Final Fantasy VII is somehow diminished because Remake exists. But to say that, like Mario 64 is like the pinnacle is kind of foolish. To think it was all better back in the 90s is an insane thought. So to me, I don't think it's the end of the world. It's something that I think we should caution, but I don't think this is something that we should be panicking over. Caution, if you don't like it, vote with your wallet. PlayStation will then turn. And you see them do it, even with PlayStation, the new PlayStation Plus, right? We speak out, they change. Like on a flip of a coin. So to me, just everybody relax. And to me, when I see like, they're putting a whole bunch of studios at this, I think it's also with the understanding that they know a lot of these games are going to fail. Because all they need is one or two of these games to hit, and then they're making buku bucks. So I think there needs to be some type of calibration on our part to kind of understand the times that we're at right now. PlayStation cannot, where inflation's headed up to 10%, right, by the end of the year, where games are coming out $60 and they have been $60 for 10 plus years on top of that. PlayStation can't sustain this. So again, settle, relax. And I think games like Fortnite are a great example of live service games that do it right. You know, Fortnite is a living, breathing game that is able to do things no other game is able to do because of how much money that they get from their consumer base. They're able to change mechanics of the game on a weekly basis. It's nuts. So relax.
And also let's just, I mean, I'm out of this community. I was never hardcore into it, just from doing the show for 270 episodes at this point. Bungie has gone through it with its learning from its mistakes throughout the Destiny lifespan. So who better to have as a partner than somebody who's made those mistakes? And have already learned from them. And what a great starting point for PlayStation to be like, tell us everything that you already did wrong, what you learned from it, where can we go from here? And
what should the baseline be?
It's just a great partnership if this is the direction they're going.
And it's something that like let's be real. Let's real talk. Maybe we'll become fanboys at this point. We don't see that from anyone else. Like I feel like there's a genuine like we want to make sure we get this right feeling in the PlayStation ecosystem that I don't get anywhere else. I really don't. I don't get that same feeling from Ubisoft or like an EA. I feel like there's a legitimate effort here.
Definitely not EA.
We'll talk about that in a sec.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's it, Kyle. It is time for Flash News. Gotta run fast. Gotta go fast. Oh, God. They're right behind us. Oh, my God. It's the Twitter mob. They're upset at Bloodborne. They were bamboozled. So was I. Don't check it out on us. All right. God of War Ragnarok rated in South Korea, suggesting a 2022 release date. This comes from, I believe, IGN. They write, God of War Ragnarok has received a rating in South Korea, suggesting it's on track for its 2022 release. Kyle, should, in our fantasy league, Sean and Ryan get a little nervous at this point?
Yes, they should.
I think they should. Normally when things get rated over there,
it's close.
It means the announcement is imminent.
Means the game has been playable from start to finish because someone had to play that game to rate it.
That's right. That's right. And I've never been more jealous of South Korea than right now. So I want to play that game so bad. So yeah, I kind of think they're lining this game up again. If we don't see anything by July, okay, it's 2023.
Sure.
But I think they're giving them enough of a window to say, all right, it's going to be this year. It's got to be this year. I already see people contract work leaving to go elsewhere. So I think there's big portions of this game that have already been finished. So it's happening.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Eat shit, Sean Capri. Steam database listing suggests Returnal is coming to PC. And this also from IGN. A game listing which appears to be Returnal has appeared on Steam's database, suggesting that the current PS5 exclusive could be Sony's next game to appear on PC. This isn't a explicit reference to Returnal in the listing spotted by Nebellion on Twitter. The real one.
The real one.
I was hurt so bad today, Kyle. I was given so much hope. Y'all, for those of you who weren't on Twitter today, a fake Nebellion who puts out all the news that I see on the Twitter sphere said that Bloodborne remake happening, Blue Point, Nixus is helping out this, like, I don't know, August. And portions of that made sense in my brain. And I'm like, oh, this is happening, but I'm like, why is this being announced on Memorial Day? Why is this only a blog post? Joseph, you should know better. But like,
also the blog post was from 2015.
But like the whole, like that's the thing. They got me at the headline because like I jumped and I skipped out of my chair and I legitimately yelled because I read that, and so I didn't get time to like verify it. But as I was speaking, sense in my head, I sat back down, I clicked the link. I'm like, all right, let's see if this is legit. And it wasn't. Anyway. There were several mentions of names and locations within the game. Localizing portion listing mentions Atropos, the alien planet where Returnal is set, the Tower of Sisyphus, Returnal's Endless Mode, and Helios, the ship in which Returnal's protagonist arrives and respawns with each new run. It's happening. Go play this game.
Pretty much confirmed.
Yeah. Go play this game for the love of God.
Yes. Another game I cannot wait to see mods for.
Yeah, because people are going to put all types of wacky shit in here.
Yeah.
Like, did you see the God of War versus Kratos PC mod?
I have not, no.
Someone modded the first boss fight with Kratos versus Master Chief, and Kyle, it is the coolest shit I've ever seen.
That is cool.
It's like, yeah, this is a dream game. This is never going to happen. This is cool, though, and Master Chief would lose.
That's awesome.
And it would be easy.
I can't wait for someone to replace Celine with Tinky Winky from Teletubbies.
Or Macho Man Randy Savage is like the big hulking beast. Yeah. And like when it spawns, it's like, oh yeah. Oh god.
Elton John is the boss in Biome 4. I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Yeah. Sing us a song.
I'm still standing.
We are great singers. Anyway, rumor has it PlayStation Plus games for June 2022 might have just leaked. This comes from Push Square. So here are the 3 games. Ready for it? Have you heard about this? Mm-hmm. Have you seen this? God of War 2018 on PlayStation 4 arrives on PlayStation Plus. Again, rumor. Naruto to Boruto. What a chef's kiss of a name. Shinobi Striker on PlayStation 4. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl on PS5 and PS4. So if this is true...
Another confirmation God of War is happening this year.
Yep. Weeks, y'all. We gotta just wait a little longer. Mm-hmm. Gotta be patient. It's happening.
Again, rumor. But makes a lot of sense.
Confidence, gusto, and just think about it here for a second, folks. They do have that Last of Us game. It's all but confirmed, right?
Sure.
They got to reveal that game. They got to reveal it somehow. So I think this may be the first time we see a first-party state of play. Mm-hmm. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Sean Capri, Ryan Turford, you should be nervous because we have both of those games on our list. Ooh, yeah. I'm sorry. Was the first Last of Us... Was that rated like a 9.6? Isn't The Last of Us Part 2 the most awarded game in gaming history?
It might be.
Oh, wow. I wouldn't be so brave, so brazen or whatever.
So braggadocious.
Yeah, I would say hold off a little bit. Hey, first off, I'm sorry, y'all. I know thousands of people listen, and I'm just directing this to one person. But I want everybody to laugh at our good friend Sean Capri, host of the Xbox Drive, because they're doing a fantasy league with us where we're going at each other with like the best games this year. Whoever gets the most score of the most highly rated games wins. Sean Capri picked Flight Sim this year with the Maverick DLC. He cheated, he knew it, and he didn't get away with it because nobody rated that DLC. So have fun with that, Sean, you dumb idiot. Kyle, are you holding on to something?
Yes.
I hope it's our hopes and dreams for this fantasy league, because prepare the drop. Here are the latest deals and deals coming to the PlayStation storefront. On May 31st, SnowRunner on PlayStation 5. On June 1st, oh God, I don't like this. This one feels wrong. Slit.
Silt. Name is Silt.
Okay. My dyslexia caught in because I've been reading it like that. I was like, oh, what the, what is, people know like what this is. Okay. Thank God that was, everybody, I'm the pervert here. Because I read that, I was like, I literally right back and I was like, oh my God, first WAP and now this game, or WAP, whatever they're calling it. That's that song. These guys, I don't like it. I don't like where this world's headed towards, A little modesty goes along.
Do you like how I say silent as you keep digging your own grave?
I can hear the shovel in the back of my head. I'm like, Kyle, help. And Kyle's like, nope, this is all I need.
This is all you did?
This is it's like a scandal. It's happened. I'm talking to the press and you're the wife in the back. Just standing silent. Like, No, you messed up. All right, June 2nd. Behind the Frame, the finest scenery on PlayStation 4. Gigapocalypse on PS4. Gravatar Recharge on PS5, PS4. Ironically, that's the last game I wrote for. Soldiers on PlayStation 5. Surface Rush on PlayStation 5 and PS4. And on June 3rd, Super Perils of Baking on PS5 and PS4. Wonder Boy collection on PS4. All right.
Super Perils of Baking. What is this?
I want to know what Gigapocalypse is.
Players take control of a talented student baker who has but one goal in mind: stopping his brother, enchanted by a cursed baking hat guarded from their school's basement, from wreaking havoc throughout the land.
I like that you could have chose Silt because I chose something very wrong.
Oh, what, to look into?
Yeah, could you look into that one?
I did. It looks like an underwater limbo.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, and it's funny because I could edit that part out, but like it is too funny, so I'm keeping it in.
Yeah, absolutely you do.
All right, Sony Pony Express. It's our favorite segment.
Yeehaw! That was a long yeehaw.
Yeah, I'm losing steam, and it's obvious. We got one amazing question in from Yuna. She writes, "Hey guys, hope you had a great Memorial Day. I am very full still, like uncomfortably so. Do you do anything big for Memorial Day?"
Nope.
Yeah, no, we do. It's just a really great excuse to like take out the grill. It's fantastic. And like my brother cooks for us, so we had wings today.
Ooh.
Then we had hot dogs.
Oh.
A little bit of fries.
Oh.
And then my brother made these like little mini apple pies. Like a little personal one.
Wow.
Chef's kiss. That's why we keep them around.
I had toast.
With butter?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm making a prediction for the third-party game. Oh, okay. We're going all the way back.
Yuna.
One VR and one indie for these predictions. I feel like the only thing that I can 100% predict that will be in the show, or at least mentioned, is Final Fantasy 16. Since this is the only third party, I'm not expecting God of War news. They would save that for their own state of play. You're correct. You're correct. And for VR, I'm guessing more Horizon VR. I don't know what else they could bring us that I'm not heavily into VR. So as for indies, we are almost likely seeing Stray release date confirmed. Those are my three predictions. Keeping the expectations low as it is before the Summer Games Fest. My dyslexia. Overdrive. Hey, Kyle, do we think we'll see first party games with PSVR 2 games?
I don't know. The wording didn't specifically say third party VR games.
Right.
I could see them bringing out Horizon VR and see a little bit more of it.
Yeah.
I could see them doing whatever London Studios is doing next after Blood and Truth.
See, that's the thing why I think like
Half-Life or Killzone VR. I don't know.
That's why I think Half-Life Alyx is there and the Call of Duty VR game is there, because I don't really think that we'll get to see much of what those studios are looking at what they're working on, because I do think we're going to have one last big state of play for PSVR, and that is like the showcase before you go out there and pre-order a PSVR 2. But I am hoping, and here's my biggest fear, that it's not only on PlayStation Direct, because if that's the case, we are not getting one.
Yeah, no, we're not.
Because PlayStation Direct is not like us.
Nope.
And I'm being very direct with them. You need to fix that.
Yeah, ASAP. I don't know what we did.
But yeah, that's a great question, you know. Fantastic question. And that's it. That's all we got for the Sony Pony Express. Yeah. And with that said, that's been this special episode of The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast. Kyle, is there anything you'd like to spotlight before we hit the road? Jack?
I mean, the good sir did such a great job of hyping up 6-1 Indie, which you can find all the latest indie news and stuff. Like good sir mentioned, we're doing a bunch of indie game watch-alongs. You can follow us on Twitter at 6-1 Indie. That's SIXONEINDIE to find out when we go live. We're partnering up with Point in Progress friends again, so we'll be collaborating and hopping on each other's streams for those shows, as well as any of the bigger non-indie shows as well. We're going to be hopping in on them as well. And then myself, Mr. KSEP on Twitter and everywhere else. I see a lot of really cool friend requests on PlayStation from friends who listen to the show. So appreciate you so much. I hope you enjoy all the really cheap platinums I got today.
Well, Kyle's really on a roll.
The jumping pizza and the jumping cheeseburger and the jumping taco.
And you made those choices, and you're like, these are mine.
I definitely did. Hey, 3 platinums. All in 20 minutes.
Real talk, I think I am going to get the platinum in Horizon. I think
Sweet.
I'm now so much removed that I'm missing it. I want to get back into the world.
Guess who didn't go back to it this weekend? Like I
you
said,
son of a gun.
Stranger Things took all that time.
Fair enough. You're right. Honestly, way more important in my book.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think I'm going to go back for that plat. And then afterwards, I think I'm going to go back to Elden Ring, get that plat. And then I'm going to go into Tiny Tina's, and then I'm going to get that plat.
I need to go back to that one, too.
I think that one's the most attainable. So I'm planning on, for the summer, to get 3 platinums.
Nice.
Earn them. Not these jumping pizza, jumping soup.
You say earn them like I don't have the Bloodborne and Elden Ring platinum. Like I don't go out of my way. I have the platinum in Last of Us Remastered.
That's true.
I put in the work. Give Daddy his sweet num platinums. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God, no. God, Jesus, no. All right, Kyle, listen, you can find me over at Mr. Badbit. Make sure you are following us on twitch.tv/PS Trophy Room. The one thing that I love the most about the State of Plays is really just getting to celebrate PlayStation with the community, just sitting down with y'all as we're watching along and being a part of it and just having fun together. It's seriously the best. So make sure.
I forgot who did it in our Discord. It might have been Green Gorilla. But he posted our reaction to Wolverine.
Yes.
And I loved rewatching it. I was like, yes, I missed the live react so much. So please hang out and hopefully we get some of those moments.
Yeah.
In this one next week.
And if you can't, what I will try my best to do, because again, it's a lot of work. Like just putting on this show takes like 2 hours. So like I will try my best to take the raw recording and throw it right on YouTube right afterwards. Sweet. And understand that we'll get all the flags. It'll, maybe get demonetized, or you'll maybe get ads in it because YouTube's weird. But at least it's there as as a recording, because that matters to us. So make sure you follow us in all the places. Make sure you follow me at Mr. Badbit. Make sure you're following the Trophy Room at PS Trophy Room. You can find the Trophy Room wherever you find your podcast service of choice, whether that is Spotify, whether that is Apple Podcasts, whether that is Google Play, wherever your podcast feed of choice is, the show's there. And if it's not, you get to me and I will fight whoever is in control of the RSS. I don't know what it is. It's mythical, but I'll fight them and I will beat them. I will win. I win that battle 9 times out of 10.
And if you've listened all the way to the end here, comment sweet nums. So we know how many of you listened all the way to the end.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Please.
Oh, God.
Put on a shirt. Kyle's sweet nums. It's an old candy wrapper with little sweet tars, but they're just trophies.
Oh, I'm just so disturbed. And make sure to rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and all that good stuff. With all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody, keep your wits about you, keep hunting, and keep playing PlayStation. See you guys.
As sweet as they are shiny.